Hello everybody, it is time to set up a new week in my planner, and I thought I would film an in-depth tutorial on how I set it up and everything I use, as I had a lot of requests on the last short that I posted. So this has been my layout for the past 3 weeks. I'm super happy with it. I don't really need to change anything. It's working pretty well for me. I'm happy with the column length. I'm happy with the positioning of the sidebar. And yeah, let me start by just going over my planner and how I use it and how it works for me. So rather than the Hobonichi, which has a set amount of space for each day, so it has Monday through Sunday, I found that I don't always use the entire length of every single page. Some days I will use a really long section and I might even run out of room, and then other days rather, I might only use up to here. Like I might just work all day, so it's pretty boring. So rather than just putting 4 columns on each side for this, I decided to just go with 3 thicker columns. And I tend to use my planner as more of like a memory keeper, but also a little bit functional. So like when I'm working, I'll put a little to-do list and I'll check them off as I do them. And I'll fill this out through each day. So each day I'll do a little bit of planning and I will fill it in as I go. But it's for the most part a memory keeper, just so I can go back and see what I did and what I watched on each day, each week, because I have a terrible memory and I like being able to flick back and see what I've done. But yeah, so that is how I actually use the planner. I fill it in during the day and I usually do like a little recap down here. So it is not a planner in the sense that I will make lists and fill them out during the day. I do that in my business planner. I'll put my to-do lists on that, or I'll use a notepad with like a little to-do checklist for everything that I need to do. This is mostly just to look back on and just for, I guess, enjoyment. So yes, I will show you guys how I set it up in a moment. So what I will do first is I will pick a color scheme for the next week. So I did this like light blue lavendery color for the first week, then I did pink, and this week I did like a tealy kind of color. I'm going to be going with a birthday party themed washi tape for this week because it is my birthday week. And so I think I'm going to go with a purple maybe. So I get my little jars of my Tombow brush markers. Sometimes I'll use a mild liner. So for example, this week I used this mild liner. But I don't like using the mild liners as much as I like using the Tombow brush markers. So I'm probably going to go with 623. I do have swatches for all of these. Actually, let me go get them quickly. So last year's planner has the swatches in them. Page 13. Yeah, that'll be cute. Okay, we're doing purple. We're going with purple. So I'll pick one Tombow brush marker. I'll pick a washi tape. And then I need my fountain pen, which I'm using a TWSBI Eco in the extra fine nib. And it is Sailor ink. So it is this ink. I know different inks behave differently in the same pen, so you might not get as fine of a nib, or you might get a thicker nib if you use a different ink, but this is the ink that I'm using. And then I also use my Tombow brush pen. This is the, I want to say hard nib, but if I'm incorrect, let me know. Okay, and then I also get out my Uni-ball gel pen, and I've just recently switched to the Kitten color. So this is not Kitten, this is this color, which I can't remember what this one is called. This is one of the limited colors, but it's more of like a brownie tinge to it, and I wanted more of a gray. So I'm hoping this looks good when I use it this week, because I have not used it before, but this will be my go-to column color and it'll be staying in my pencil case. So that should be everything I need to set it up. So it is these 4 pens and a washi tape and then a ruler. Let's get started setting it up. Okay, so the first thing that I do before I set it up is I need to draw all of the columns. And I keep this little guide in the back of my planner, and I just keep like a sticky note with, these were the most used colors that I use in like my monthly spreads and stuff like that. And then these are how many squares and dots are across and tall. So also my columns, so 8 squares, that's how many I need to count in between each of these. So I will keep this off to the side just so I know how many to count. And then my ruler and my pen. And let's try and not have a repeat of last week. Actually, what I also like to do is I like to get one of my other planners and just pop it under there so that it is the same height as this side, while my planner is still thick on this side. Okay, so we start with one line, one in. So to have even columns, I want 8 squares in each column. Okay, well that went terribly. Why can't I draw a straight line? It's always on this side too. And this is a little bit darker than I was expecting, but that's it. Okay, I need to do a different tactic with my ruler because this is obviously not working. It's when I have to draw with this hand, like this way. I'm only good when I'm ruling on this side, so I need to do it like this. It's too late now. That's crooked now. Okay, that's crooked. Whatever. We're going with that. We've learned a lesson. We've learned why it's messing up and what I'm doing wrong, at least. So it's when I'm using the wrong side of the ruler. Okay, so that is the outer columns done, and then we want to count 8 squares across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so the lines are done. Ooh, but now the question, do I write January or do I write February at the top? So rather than writing January, I will write Jan Feb at the top. So let's get the pen and 2 box around it. And I add in some washi tape. And sorry to cat, you're getting ripped in half. Okay, so that is the washi tape. You know, I'll probably actually do some stars around in some other colors as well. And then we do a this week, and I highlight that with Tombow first. And then I will work from the bottom up for my habits. So I've been doing like a little line, some kind of line. So this week I did just a regular line, this week I did a squiggly line, and then this week I did a dash. I'm going to do squiggly line again, and I'm going to make it rainbow. Saturday, Sunday, squiggle, and another squiggle. Okay, and then I write my habits above them. So we have no morning socials, morning routine, and hair care. Also, actually, in hindsight, I don't usually use this pen. I usually just use my fountain pen, but it was bleeding a little bit when I was doing it on the mild liner. So I thought that I used the other pen. I like that though. I think that looks nice. It's fine. And then I will always use a little squish sticker here because I love my little hair care squishes. They are so cute. Let's do a little cranky hair wash squish for this week because I hate washing my hair. And let's pop a birthday squish sticker there. And then anything else I will just add in after the fact. And then to set up the daily sections, I will go back to just the purple. And what I do first is I will use the fine end and I will do a little circle, and I do this always on the first square space. So like this first dot here. So I'll do a big circle and then I'll switch to the brush end and I just go across. And usually I just use this. No, we're going to use that. We're just going to use the thick one. I was going to change it up and go to this, but no, we'll stick to what we've been doing. So the Monday is the 27th. So 27. I like the Tombows more too because they don't bleed with my fountain pen. So see how thin this is here? That is the same pen. So I think these must be like water-based. No, this is water-based. Okay, I don't know why these bleed. Whatever is in mild liners, they bleed with my fountain pen, but the Tombows don't, so I prefer Tombows now. So yeah, that is how I set up the week. Then I will just go in and I'll fill this out throughout the day. Whatever the first thing, like I'll probably put a little sticker for filming the YouTube video and then whatever else. So yeah, that is how I set up this. Super simple, super easy. Hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know and I will let you know. I'll also maybe do another reel like as I fill out this section just to show you guys how I do it. Did I miscount this? I miscounted this. I didn't leave a gap. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I don't know what to do about that. Typical that the week that I film, I mess it up. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. Sorry. So this side is wrong. Just ignore that. I messed up. Hopefully this was still helpful though. It's still, this side is correct. So if you want to replicate this in your own planner, just follow this side. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. That's a real bummer. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see any other videos, let me know. Goodbye.